Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report for the 31st of July. Starting with the ASX on the 4-hour chart here. Last time we spoke, we were looking at from wave 3 in blue here to wave 4 here, and then looking for a move to the upside here. So we'd been looking at wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here. And then 5 waves up here for wave 5. We'll look at our trades in a moment. So now we're looking at this wave 4 here, and the wave 4 here can move back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So let's just grab the bottom of this one, take that up to here. That's the 38.2% retracement level here, and take the low of this and the 30, they're just pretty much the same, aren't they there? So that's our target area there. And we'd be looking for, copy this, we'd be looking for an A wave here, B wave here, and C wave here for that wave 4. We'll look at that in a bit more detail shortly. One thing that I do want to talk about here is this little move in through here, this little move up here, because this wave, we know wave 4s can get complicated, but it was really a nice A wave here in 5 waves. Yeah, I suppose that's fine then. I mean, I was just thinking that this wave C here, it didn't really quite finish nicely in here. So I was thinking that wave 4 could be an A, B, C, D, and E wave here. So that means that wave 4 is here, and then the 5 waves up here are now completed at this stage here. And that means that we would have, this top here already in play here as wave 5 of 3 here. Because if that's the case, then we're going to see a move back down to this wave 4 here of 1 lesser degree, which is a lot different than this one here. So I'm just putting it on the table. I don't think it's the case, and the reason I don't think that's the case at this stage is because wave A here had 5 waves in it. So a triangle pattern, excuse me, a triangle pattern is 3 waves of each structure. So I don't think it's the case, but I just thought I'll mention it now, because if we start getting, if this low here becomes the retested resistance here, then we're going to have to look at a bigger picture to the downside here. But as it stands at the moment, we should be looking something like an A, B, and C wave here, and then a move up here into this one to complete this move here. But I'll just leave that wave, just copy that and just put that there as a subtle reminder that we need to be a little bit more diligent when it comes to this space down here. I think we're okay, but just good to look at everything. That's what the videos are for. They're to look at different ideas and so on. So just clean this up while we're here. Just save that there. So let's go to the hourly chart and check on our trade and more detail in the account. So with this trade here, we went long here. We also went long here, and also long through here. I mean, you may have just taken one of those, and that's fine. And we moved the stop up and up and up. We took 30% here, 50% here, and left the stop out of the way. We took another position here and we took profit at 6850, which was our target area here. And now we've seen the turn and we're moving down into this particular structure here. Now, the thing here next, if I can just borrow one of these. So this top here now becomes the trigger for the next long trade. I mean, if that just went straight up there, we need to be long above that because we'll be going higher from that point. But secondly, what we'll do now is we'll wait for wave B to come into play, and then we'll have this trigger 1 point above that, but we need to wait for wave B to come in and start to move down from that point. Then we can also look at doing other things as well. So we can look at going from this structure through here, so we'll be able to get in a little bit earlier down here. The other point too is that if the market comes down here in 5 waves and trades below the 6.8 here, then comes back up and gets support on 6.8, then we can build in our trades through here as well, through group 1, and we can be off again through there. So yeah, the other thing too, I mean, if the market's going to come back down to this wave 4 down here, and we've got a finished structuring up here as this little wave 5 here is also mentioning here as well. I'll just put that. Like I said, I don't think it's the case, but we just need to be aware of it. So the way that if that was correct here, the way we would handle this, we know from wave B here down to wave C, it will be in 5 waves. So what we can do is that once we get 5 waves through here, then that low here, that will become a reference point to go short at that point. So we can go short once we've got 5 waves in that space here for wave C. So we'll pay special attention to that. So wave C will have 5 waves in it, much the same as this one here. That, don't know if that's finished yet. We'll look at that in a moment. Yeah, and then so any further move down from that point, we'll be able to go short there, and we'll be on the short side from that point. But we have to wait for wave B and wave C to finish here in 5 waves. We need that low of 5 waves here before we can short. Yes, you can short up here, especially if we get 5 waves down here, then this wave B here will be in 3 waves, and we can look to short through there if you wanted to. Yeah. And you can short wave C here, and you might get lucky, and we could go down further from that point. But we need to check on that. So, but let's go into the tick chart here and look at this a little bit further. So last time we spoke, I'll just clean this up here while I'm on the hop here. So with this market here, we'll look at wave 3 and wave 4 here, and then just to follow this up here, we looked at wave 1 and 2 here, and this is wave 3 here now, or probably into here with an A and a B and a C here. I need to double check on that. But still, and then we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3, 4 and 5 to finish up here. So that came into group 2, a little bit higher. But I knew that we'd be going higher from here. It was just that, it was just easier because I wasn't putting out a video that day that we could just take profit there. So on the downside here now, we can see that we've got wave 1 here and wave 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 3. Now wave 4 here, this move down through here is only in 3 waves here. So I think that this wave 4 here is still occurring here. So because the extension's in wave 3 here, then wave 1 here and wave 5 could be roughly the same. So it's likely that we're going to be coming down here for this wave A here. I'm just not sure about how wave B is going to to pan out here. That wave 4 here is going to pan out. It may already be done here, but I'm not seeing 5 waves down here. So we may get some sort of little triangle or something in here is not finished yet. So we need to see another move down, and then we'll get an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave back up. So you can just grab the Fibonacci tool and take it from the top here, and wherever that is down through here, then we can look for our 50-60% retracement level from that point there. We may even go straight up from here as well. So maybe there is, just doesn't look like it though, that's all. But if it did go up from here, then taking that and that here would just be a little bit higher here into this consolidation here between waves 1 and 2 here. We would drop from that point, which is where the supply is, which is it helps confirm that that's the resistance area there. So yeah, look, that's where we are at the moment. So I won't call a trade on this at the moment, but if I had to short this, I would want to see I would want to see that wave B bounce, and I want to see it. Wave A will be in 5 waves, wave B will be in 3, and wave C will be in 5. So if you can count 5 waves in wave C here, then you can look to short at that point there. So yeah, this will close up on the it's only 6:30 here at the moment, so this will close out probably on a bit of a rally here, but when it opens, it will drop down into that 5th wave here at 10 to 10. Alrighty, let's have a look at Hong Kong. So with Hong Kong here, our primary count is bearish, which is this one here. So we're looking at wave B up here. We're looking at all of this as wave A down through here. And I've had this as wave B here because it just had a nicer finish to this here. So but I'm not totally convinced that we've got wave B up here, but it just seems to be pointing that way, and so that would make this wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3, 4 and 5. Hong Kong's got quite a battle on its hands with China. China's certainly not going to give up trying to get control of Hong Kong in its own way over time. So it may put that pressure on this market for that. So we've also talked about this here too, where this market's rallied back up to the 61.8%, rallied down, moved down to the 61.8%, has moved up to the 61.8%, and then the next 61.8% is just lower in this space here. There is still the possibility of being a bullish market, but I would have to say once this low here at 27,500 here becomes the retested resistance here, then we can look to go down from that point here, right? Then that would confirm that point. So let's just go to the I've been playing 2 hands here, a long hand and a short hand in all of this. So on the long side here, it's possible that this low here that we could count up as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. It's just a bit messy in this part here. So if that's the case, if this is wave 1 up here, then we've got an A wave here, a B wave here, and then a C wave here for wave 2, and then we can go up from this point, and that brings us back to the 2750 area here. So if that becomes the resistance here, then we're going to go down from that point there. So this is really the sort of catalyst, this little area through here, and also too the structure coming down through here too, because if this is an A wave here, then we've got the B wave here, then we need to count 5 waves from wave B here down to wave C here in this. So we can have an ending here. We just need to see how it goes. Another way that we could also look at this too is that we can see that the market now is below the below the 28 here, which is 8 is a minor level here. It's a really important level here. So a lot of the times markets will come down, bounce off it here, go through it here. When it finishes its 5 waves in this little structure here, then just, find support here and move on from that point. But if this becomes if this comes down through, he comes back up to the 28 and fails from that point, then we've got more likely more downside to come in this market here. So as I mentioned before, we are getting close now to resolving the much bigger trend within all of this particular structure here. So what have I got on the hourly for this here at the moment? So, if we looked at this high here of being wave B here, or wave 2 here, if it's wave B and it's coming down for wave C here, then we still got a fair bit to go in here, because we would need to look at this here as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then that would leave from wave 2 here, we need to come down to wave 3 here in green, then wave 4 and then wave 5, which is going to take us lower than this here probably. So we just need to see how this pans out. So from wave 2 here to wave 3 here, we'll be looking for 5 waves in this area. So we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and 5 here. So we're kind of, that may be in place there. I think there's one more little move there, not that's a big deal. And then there'll be wave 4 here, and then there'll be wave 5, which needs to be a little bit lower from that point. Wave 4 can move back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So, we may see that come in at that point there, but there's still more to unwind here for this. I still don't know if we're in a bigger third wave or we're coming into wave C of 2 here. On the short side here, like I said, once we've got this 5 waves in here of wave C here, in green here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once we've got that in here, and then especially the last 5th wave in here, so this will be something like this here, and then there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. So after this 5th wave here, then we'll know that if there's any breach on that, then we know that we're going to be going down a lot further from that point. But yeah, getting past that point is the thing. So, it may be worthwhile for us to short through here. I mean, we're already short here, by the way, and we're putting that stop here. But we could get another position in on the green wave 4 here. So that's something that we can look at. I'll just copy this here. There's a few more sessions for this, so we'll be able to catch that. So it's not a big deal. And yeah, because I mean, if the number 8 is important here, if that becomes these wave 4s here are basically retests of the 28, which it will be rejected from that point because it's still got to complete this structure down through here. So that rejection we can pick up there, and yeah, I mean, if it rejects it here, then we probably won't see it come back to that point again. So I'll just save that, and we'll take a look at India. Where's India gone? There it is. So one thing I want to do here is just have a look at, this is the BSE here, this particular market. And this is trading the BS 30, so the top 30, so BSE 30. So we don't look at it very often here. But this particular structure here that I've got here, where we've got 1 and 2 in here, and wave 3 here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 4, and then up for wave 5 as wave 1 here. This can count here as an A wave here, and then an A and a B and a C wave here for B, and then down for C for 2 here. So in this case here, we can have wave 3 here, wave 4 here, hasn't overlapped wave 1, so that's okay, and then up for wave 5 of 5 here. So I'm thinking that we may have a top in place here, because there's only one thing that tells me that this is a corrective move down here, and this is this first move here. This move here is in 3 waves here. So this little move here can be an A wave here, a B wave here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 here and 5 here. So it's got a little bit more time to play out here in this structure like this here, which would take this down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So either way, with this here, this market, India has still got a little wave 4 to play out here, and a little wave 5 to play out here, which will probably sit in this case at the 37,000 here. And then it's at this point here that we will start to look. We've either got this as an A and a B and 5 waves for the C wave here, and then we'll move up from that point. But any move up from that point here, if we look at this here, if that will move up from that point there, but that means that any low below this 5 waves here, any move below that, then we've got a bigger bearish picture opening here, and then we'll see a move back down into the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here at that stage. So we still need this structure to play out here. So realistically here, this market would still have how many days to go? So we could look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. We could be looking at another 15 days before this finishes here. So 2 weeks before this finishes here, or 3 weeks trading days. So that's kind of where we're up to with this market. But you can see here that this move down from the top here as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave is only in 3 waves. So if that's in 3 waves, that makes the rest of this corrective here. So yeah, I just think that that's an interesting take on this 5 wave. So we can have a top in play here, because at the moment I've been looking for this as wave 3 here, as a top here, and looking at this as basically 1 and well, up for 1 here. Well, let's go and have a look, shall we? So in here as 1 here and 2 here, and then the 5 waves in here of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to the 3rd wave here, and this 4th wave here to come back to the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree. Well, it's already there, and just as I pointed out before, just then, that we still have about 15 days to go here. So that's going to bring it way down here and overlap this wave structure here. So that means that we probably need to look at this differently now and move this in here as wave 3, 4, and 5 here to have a top in here. And in that case, that means that this market can move all the way back down to 10,000 from here. So there is going to be a lot of support within this consolidation area through here. So I'm just going to go to I think it's the hourly chart, and just look at that little bit here. So I can see by whichever way we look at it here, I can look at from wave B up the top here, I can look at all of this as wave 1. I can look at this as 2 here. I can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in here for wave 3 here on this low here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, finishing here, which makes wave 4 a little bit low here. So I've gone for rather the extension in this 3rd wave here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here and 2 here, and for the 3rd wave here I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave here, then wave 4 here, and then wave 5 here. I mean, that has to play out here, which is going to take this down down here much lower here. And even if I had wave 3 and 4 here, it would be much the same here as counting it this way as well. It's just 2 different ways to count it to get to the same space. So whichever way we look at it, we're still moving lower for this market here, but there will be some vibrations across the 11,000 here, but we should see further downside to come here as well. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.